Hey there, Divine Feminine. This is such a sweet energy I'm receiving. This is a really good message, especially for all of the darkness, heaviness, clouding that I received, the fear, the isolation, all of that I've really been, I feel like, resonating with speaking and coming up with messages that are coming towards me for this type of divine feminine, this collective. Those divine feminines that have had the awakening, that are sort of in their isolation mode. Okay, people coming up against you, feeling like you don't know who to turn to, relying on your spirit team to get you through. This is sort of what I'm picking up now. And so I feel like with my last message, I know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that there was a huge shift. Divine feminines, I believe for a group of divine feminines, you shifted recently. You felt this shift, this closing, this cycle ending, where you were you gave people the opportunity, plenty of time, ample time to come with you on this new journey, this new timeline, this my new life, basically, my new world. You gave people the opportunity. Now, I believe that many people did choose to stay on that lower timeline and choose not to continue on with you in your life. This is something where it's going to be pretty obvious because those people just stopped contact with you altogether. And in your spirit, you have felt more peace not being in contact with these people and coming to a conclusion yourself, drawing your own conclusion that, I guess if I'm not reaching out to them, there's a reason, right? Because they haven't reached out to me. Or maybe you've reached out and you've gotten to this point where you're going, they didn't really send anything back to me. So I just have this knowing that these aren't my people. These aren't who I should be surrounding myself with. So you are moving on and moving forward. And I know that you've closed out a cycle. You've closed out a chapter in your life. I think that you felt this major shift just happen. And it's crazy. It's kind of eerie because I was getting this, download last week that to give it some time, because it's almost like the dreariness. I'm hearing the dreariness. You knew it was the closing at the end of the month onto the beginning of November, and giving it till, that November, almost like November 2nd, November 3rd. And that's when I'm recording this right now, is November 2nd. I think that somebody was just give it to that point and that time to really be able to see more clearly and have clarity and not be afraid and not be fearful on your journey. You're no longer afraid of this. You're no longer afraid of moving on, moving forward, this new timeline. I'm no longer going to be stuck in fear. You actually practicing an affirmation of, you have no authority over my life. No one else has authority over my life but me. I'm the most powerful. I'm the powerful one over my life. That is where you needed to be. You hold the key, Divine Feminine. I've said that over and over and over again. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid of this. Okay, continue to share your love and your light with others. People have hurt you in the past. People have wronged you. Not everyone is like that, and not everybody is out to get you. Not everybody is in it for themselves. There are going to be those other soul connections that are going to gravitate towards you and are going to pull you in, okay, in a good way. And you guys can create that magic together, right? So I think that you had to close this chapter out first before this new bright energy comes back towards you, comes back around. A lot of gratefulness. That's what I'm getting. Just a lot of being grateful, a lot of being thankful for what you do have and who you are surrounding yourself with, who's coming into your life, your protectors, your spirit team. Okay, your protectors. You're protected by the Most High. God's coming in. God's protecting you. Okay, God's giving you clarity on who it is to stay away from and who it is to help. Okay, who's actually helping you behind the scenes. Maybe you don't even need to know, but just realize that there are people that maybe have your back that you don't necessarily realize have your back. Okay, so, but I feel like you had to get through this energy to just, you're like, I just kind of want to be left alone. Like, I need to be left alone. I'm worn out with all these other energies that I feel as a light worker, as an empath. You're going to feel other people's energies, right? And it can drain you. It can take a lot out of you. It can make you feel empty yourself. So anyways, I think that you had to have a heart chakra clearing. You had to have a clearing there. There was some kind of connection you had with somebody. And whether this is like an old soul tie, evil soul tie, something that was in your life tied to you needed to go. And it should have gone a long time ago. But it's pretty strong and powerful, honestly, okay? And they're not who you think they are. I'm sort of getting that. So in a way, I'm getting somebody that was masked, but they're long gone. They're not in your life. They're not allowed to come forward. They're not allowed to be in your life. They're not going to come into your life because they're the Most High, divine. You're divinely protected. And the Most High is saying absolutely not. They're not allowed in your life. So let something new come in. There's something else that's made for you to come in, but I think that you needed to see clear first. I think you needed to have clarity in your life first before you could make any decisions. And that right now is what's happening for you. Okay, so this soul tie is being cleared out of your life. Longing for someone else or somebody else that you know can't come through or can't be with you or isn't for you, it's over and done with. I feel like you closed out that chapter, and I kind of spoke about this in my last message. That's what came through. You needed to close out this soul tie with someone else to be able to bring in another connection that is actually for you. This connection that is on your highest timeline. You're on the right track to bringing this in because you cut off whatever this was that you were hanging on to, whether you realized it or not. Maybe this person was hanging on to something that was holding on to your energy in a way. I believe possibly siphoning your energy. That can be a thing. This person may have been siphoning your energy. Okay, and you not being able to see clearly, think clearly, understand what you needed to do. But this spiritual connection is happening. It's happening. Like, finally is what I'm getting. Finally, this spiritual, soulful, romantic connection comes through in the right time. This is the right timing connection. Okay, this is when this happens, this hits you, and you're probably working on things yourself for yourself when this happens. I'm so concentrated on something that I'm passionate about that I'm really focused on something else. I'm not looking for this, it just shows up. All right, you stopped longing for that other person and started focusing on who you are. Right? You've already done all that healing work. You've already done all the shadow work, all the healing work. And now it's more of okay, what do I need to focus on for myself? Not necessarily the healing, but my goals in life, right? My aspirations, my goals, what keeps me driven, what keeps me focusing ahead, what gets me going, right? What lights my soul on fire? When you start really concentrating on whatever this is, now you can. That's the thing. You haven't been able to concentrate on anything because of all of these people, because of all of these things, because of the smear campaign that I believe that I brought up on the last message. I think that there was something about a smear campaign. When you're divine feminine, it's going to happen. That's going to happen to you. Okay, if you look back on your life, your whole entire life, you may have dealt with that in stages, your whole life, even when you were a child. So you need to remember that. Just stay in your light and show people who you really are, the true you of prove people wrong. I want you to continue to do that. I want you to really focus right now. I'm hearing, this is coming through eventually. Do not even second guess that this isn't coming for you, divine feminine. When you're living in your divine femininity, this comes for you and to you. Continue to practice on the heart chakra clearing. Continue to practice on that. Once you've written it down, what it is that you want in an energy, in a partner, you want to manifest the divine masculine energy, it's going to come to you. Let it go. Put it out into the universe. I've already put it down on paper. Let it flow to you. The right person that is going to align with you is going to show up in the physical. It will happen eventually. All right. This is going to happen. But what I feel like Spirit is saying right now is that take this time. Maybe it's 2 months. Maybe it's a couple. I'm almost getting like, you need to spend 2 months on something. And it's more about it's more about a drive, or like your goals or your ambition, or what you want to do in this world, your path that you're taking, your career. It may just be a project, like a soul project on the side. And I really feel like God is going to be nudging you. Okay, you're going to be getting clear direction. And if it resonates to you to do some kind of a fast, you may want to do somewhat of a Daniel fast type of, like you may want to look this up, a Daniel fast. You ask God for clear direction on a certain situation. You ask God for a clear way of going in your life. This is what I want to do. This is a career that I want. I know I can do it, and you're just going to push full ahead on it, right? And there's no looking back at this point. You write down the steps that you need to take. You have a vision, right? Like a vision, a map, a vision of your goals, of your life dreams, of what you want to see for your life. That could be anything. But I believe that Spirit is trying to tell you this is a part of your soul mission, your soul project. Could just be a project on the side. It could be a YouTube. If you're one of an influencer, maybe this is the time where on your off time from a job, your regular 9-to-5 job, if that's what you have, you focus on this soul project of, I'm going to start, my own YouTube channel, or I'm going to start my TikTok, whatever that is for you. You decide you're going to go, you're all in. I'm all in. I'm all in on this. I believe that Spirit is trying to tell you, I want to, like, your spirit guides, your spirit team, they want you to be successful. And in a way, I almost feel like you have a couple different paths you can choose and you'll have success. But now is the time to sit with it. Now is the time, now that things are clear, because I feel like you're finally clear, if that makes sense. You're finally through something. You're just like, you were on some waves, right? You were in the storm on some riding some waves on a storm, and now it's just calm waters. So now you can concentrate. Now you can feel. Now you can know what you're supposed to do. Now these are the steps that you should take to see what's next. What am I doing next? Where am I going? I believe that whatever that path, God's going to show you what to do. All right. So if this is a social media, if you're supposed to be some kind of influencer, this is just an example. Let's say that's what you want to do. I believe that God is going to push you on that, push you in that, tell you these are the steps, give you the steps. This is what you should post. This is what you should do to start gaining the followers that you need to have this be something that is successful. And when you get to that point where this is successful, or it's looking that way, or you're completely aligned in a career or in your soul mission on your life and your life goals, when you're in alignment, there is when this piece, all right, with this masculine energy, this feminine energy, it comes together. And you need to believe that this person is healed. Their understanding of your spiritual journey, they are also spiritual like you. It's a soul connection that you have to believe comes towards you when you're through. You had to get through that healing point. You had to get through that isolation. You had to realize who's in my life, who isn't in my life. Because this person's going to be your next person. This person's going to be your life. Whoever this is, okay? Whoever this ends up being, this is going to be your life partner. And that is the energy. This is an energy is going to be with somebody, and it's going to be your life partner. So your life had to be in order. Everything else kind of had to be in order for this to fall together in the right way. And you have to believe that this is God's timing. This is divine timing. This is divine will. It's all happening like that for a reason. And that I believe that Spirit right now is saying no longer focusing on the romantic piece, the love piece. That will come in time. When the time is right for it to come, it will come. Right now, I want you to focus on your journey, on your soul growth, on your soul mission. There must be something with your soul growth and your soul mission that aligns with a career. So for who I'm talking to, that doesn't necessarily mean that's for everybody, but that might be a specific message that I just picked up. Your soul mission is the way that you're going to make money. So I believe that Spirit is urging you to really concentrate on that and don't spend too much time focusing on this romantic piece. And I know that's easier said than done because, of course, we all kind of want to have that feeling, right, of love. And you may have been through this cycle. You may have felt alone, and you may be celibate right now. And that's what God has had for your life. That is what God wants for you and your life right now. That's the timing thing. So I believe that within divine timing, you're gonna have this person, whatever this energy is, coming towards you. But maybe right now the focus isn't on this. You've already given it to the universe. You've already given it to God. Let this come in when the time is for you, when the time is right. Take it one day at a time. Ask for clear direction. Quiet in the mornings. Try to wake up as early as possible in the morning and ask God to speak to you, to talk to you, to give you clarity in situations. So I really want to see, and it's a flow state. You're going to be in a flow state at this point to know that this is right. You've already learned the lesson. You've already known what the journey, the lesson for this journey, what it's about. I think that was something that maybe you needed to reflect on, was the lesson of the journey, because it gives you pieces, I believe, kind of like the puzzle pieces, to show you where I've been, where I know don't ever want to be again. Certain little things and pieces that I feel like you needed to figure out, and you have. All right, so discovering who you really are, discovering the piece that was missing is what I'm getting to be successful. There was something that was missing inside of you. And I do believe that is... I believe that the piece that was missing inside of you was having some confidence. And you're not going to be successful if you aren't confident. So I think that was maybe something, a lesson in a way. You've discovered this. And now it's time to plan it out. Now it's time to strategize and plan out what it is that you want your life to look like. Know that your fresh start, there's something about a miracle too. Okay, like there is something about a miracle here. Know that they occur and all the time. They surround you, and there's a reason. You're being rewarded a fresh start. Take that however it resonates for you. You're being rewarded a fresh start. Let this be open to you. Say, I'm ready to receive this fresh start. I'm ready to receive this opening, this clarity, this newness. I'm ready to receive whatever this is for me. It's all been within time, all right? So know that. I'm really excited. This is an exciting energy to finally feel, because it's like, finally, I have some of like fresh start type energy. I can see clearly now. I'm hearing like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. That's what I'm hearing that song. So, I love that. So I love that for you, Divine Feminine. I really hope that gives you some confirmation that it's to trust and not worry and not look for it either, because I think that's what Spirit's also saying. Don't waste your time. That can be a time waster. Sitting here wondering, looking for it everywhere you go. When's Mr. Right going to show up? When's this going to happen? When am I, even constantly just like wanting to know. And the whole point of it is trust. Like trusting that you are deserving of it, and trusting that it will flow to you and this is what this is for a Divine Feminine, right? So it's when the Divine Feminine is working on her soul mission, when this high level soulmate comes to her. So, maybe you meet through work, maybe your work, right? Maybe you meet through your soul mission in whatever you do there. It could be a number of things, all right? So trust that you're in alignment, okay? Trust that you're on the right timeline and you're in alignment, all right? So I hope that resonated. Comment below, like, share, subscribe to help this channel grow. I will talk to you later. Bye.